That's my idea based off him fighting Floyd. And, I got to do my job at the end of the day. I got to go in there and beat this guy up and win the fight.
Talk about, we've seen on social media, we know who he's supposed to fight, and now that a lot of talk is because of some things that Danis has put up that's going to end that fight. Do you think that's actually going to happen? Because if you ask Joe Public, who would you rather fight, Danis or Mike Perry? I don't know anybody that would say I'd rather fight Mike Perry.
Well, after all of the talk and stuff, I'm sure Logan wants to get his hands on him. So if Dillon shows up and that's the fight, then, I got other news ahead. In December, in Dallas, I'll be fighting in BKFC main event on their biggest card ever. So, that should be really exciting in a bare knuckle boxing match. And, if this one doesn't seem to happen, if Danis shows up and both fighters compete and I just get to watch, that's fine. I just feel like if it happens that way, then it wasn't their time yet.
Now, I know that you are a veteran, and I know you know what to put out and what not to put out. You put everything out except for who the fight will be against. Is that on purpose? We can't find out yet who you're going to fight in Dallas and BKFC?
I'm not sure if I can let that out of the bag, because one, I want it to happen, and I know people talk about manifesting and they're like, oh, you say what you want to happen, it'll happen, but I've found in my life that when you talk about things that you want to happen, when you talk about specific details, they tend to change up, and God kind of makes things happen a little differently. So, it might be out there, it might not. So I'll let the speculation continue. And it's about me anyway. I'll be the main event. I'll be the one for people to watch and keep an eye out for. So Mike Perry, main event, BKFC this December, Dallas, Texas.
What's it like for you, Mike? I've known you a long time, and it's Mike Perry's not calling people out. You're being called out. There's the local champion here, Dave Mendel's been throwing your name around. Mike Richmond was throwing your name around. What's it like to be the hunted? Everybody is coming after the name and the fighter, Mike Perry.
Well, Mike Richmond retired, didn't he?
Yeah.
He said he's done with this. I guess he had his spirits broken. Who knows if he'll come back and find himself again. The other one, Mendel, obviously he's got an itch that he wants to reach and scratch, but that itch has scratched his chin twice in this lifetime, and I'm not sure if he will ever earn that opportunity. If he does, if it came through on contract and paperwork, then we're talking. I'm a businessman, I'm a professional, and we're professional fighters. So there's lots of people making noise for what they wish or want they could possibly get into, and they just, maybe they just want to get in the ring with me so they can get themselves a paycheck, because you're getting paid when you fight me. And so, maybe that's what they're trying to do, and I can understand that. I don't really have to do too much except train hard and fight like I always have.
Absolutely. Whether this fight happens or not with Logan Paul, they have a tendency to, after you have a fight, whether there's bad blood or not, and I'm not saying that there is, there's friendships that are developed. There's business relationships that are developed. Is there any chance, any thought, any opportunity, with Logan's help or without, kind of going and being involved with the WWE?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd be down to do some skits or dabble in the acting that show might be. Sounds fun, sounds entertaining. I could have a good time with it. I could maybe entertain some fans with it. I'd give it my all. Any opportunity out here for me to network and possibly, just level up and branch out and bring myself into new areas. I'm looking to do that. I'm a grown ass man. I'm a father. I'm a family man. I have things I have to take care of, and they always say, fighting can't last forever. So, I have always thought differently. I've always thought I will always be a fighter, and I'll fight for everything every day. And, I do it with a different swagger than others might do it. So, whatever the opportunities may be, I'm willing. I just have to figure out what it is they want from me sometimes. If I'm there to just, when I flew out to London, I'm off to the side, and we're coming up with ideas, and it'd just end up me being a professional and talking on the mic a little bit, saying, hey, I'm here, and these guys need me to fight, then that's my job. That's what I do. So, I didn't join the clown spectacle and, flip the tables myself and things like that. John Fury earned that. He's not a clown up there. He was having fun. He was there. I wasn't just going to go. But it did trash the press conference. It ended it early. I've been watching the Mayweather and McGregor press conference over it, and, it's like, man, what do you got to do to reach that level? So that's what I'm thinking about.
Do you think that that's even needed? Because I've had discussions with Dave Feldman and Lorenzo Hunt, and I like Lorenzo as a person, but I don't like the antics stuff. And back into the combat sports world, not the WWE's scripted world. Do you think the combat world needs antics like that? Antics like Nick and Nate do? What Connor does, that kind of stuff?
Well, for a newer fan base, for more people to get in tune, to sell the millions of pay-per-views, there's a certain part of the fan base that goes for intensity or real blood or bad blood or whatever you want to call it. Some of those things get more attention. I think the thing with Juggernaut, when he has been pretty wild at some press conferences, I think that was more so him on a mental warfare side, getting into it with his opponent, so that he could, fight them the way he wanted to fight, a more aggressive on both sides. They could both meet in the middle. That's something more that he might have wanted from them, with the Hector Lombard. He felt disrespected maybe by some of the company or the belt or whatever, and he just wanted to get into Hector's head and make him think that he was a dangerous challenge because Hector was a challenge, and so that was just mental warfare on my opinion. It's a balance. You have to find the sport side, the technical side, the business side. There's lots of angles that you have to balance out.
Interesting.
So Mike, going back to the entertainment part of what you do, I was in Sunrise with Randy back in 2019 when you stole the thunder from Alex Oliveira, the Cowboy. You took his song, you got the crowd on your side, and I know with talking to DJ Tony at the BKFC, your last fight walkout song was Metro Boomin'. So how much thought goes into your walkout song, and is it to hype you up, or is it to hype up the crowd, or is it to intimidate your opponent?
Oh man, a little bit of all three for sure. It's important to me that I feel that the song is putting me in the right place mentally for what it is that I need to be prepared to do when I step in the ring. I want it to entertain the crowd as well, which my last song it had recently come out. It was a pretty popular song, and that's the type of music I like anyway, so it got my head in especially with some of the lyrics, it might get my head in the right places. Some of that rap stuff, they talk about, gang life and, pulling up on people and just, making money and celebrating and, being successful. So, definitely try to entertain the crowd. I've tried before in the past to pick a song that maybe the crowd would like a little more than I would, but it just never seems to work out. So I go out there, I be myself, and I play something that I would like to hear.
As you're walking, to the ring, I mean, are you thinking fight? Are you thinking, getting into the music? What is going through your mind as you're getting ready to go to battle?
I think all the thinking, all that's done. At that time, I just get to finally be free and be me, and everything I trained for, all the hours of work I put in. It's really just focused. I'm not really thinking. I just kind of go with it, and I've warmed myself up for sure. Maybe my body is so jittery, or my stomach, or my brain, and everything is like in a weird place. So I shadow box. I warm up. I try to feel the music, and I get ready to go in there and handle business.
And Mike, before you go, I gotta at least ask your comments on Jon Jones declaring you the greatest African American fighter. Your thoughts on that? Like, what's?
That's Jon Jones, man. I think I felt like he hasn't talked about me in a while. So, and Izzy is so great. So to be put in the category up there, that's cool with me, man. I can take the compliment from the GOAT, Johnny Bones, and it's most important that I go out under them lights and I perform, and I've proven that over and over, time and time again. So that's what it's all about for me. I put the work in the gym. I've been working out with my wife lately, and she's like, "Man, you really do hate it when you work out," and because I get so mad that we're about to go do this workout, and because when I go, I'm killing it the whole time. It's so I only have one speed, and it's everything I got. So every rep, every weight I lift is heavy. Every rep, every set, I'm just moving hard, fast, as much as I can. I'm pushing myself. So I really just hate it. But then when it's fight time, it's like I'm easy. It's relaxing now. I get to just be myself, and it won't be too strenuous.
Well, I think that's the comment I was going to leave with is that, before years ago, it would seem like you're always fighting for respect and fighting to get your shot and fighting to prove yourself. And now I see the demeanors change. You can see the professionalism, and you're relaxing your tone of voice, and it's not like, you're doing exactly what you envisioned that this would become for you and your family. So kudos to you for making it your reality.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I have to keep it going, though. I still always feel like I have that chip on my shoulder and I have something to prove. But I also, like I said, I don't need to be a clown to prove it. Like, when they watch, you can tell when you watch my fight. I'm one of those fights that when you watch and you watch us move and we try to attack each other, and me mostly trying to attack them, you see the intensity that I put into it, the effort that I put into all the training and all the strength that I have and my explosiveness. You can see it when you watch me fight. It makes people go, oh, oh, and they follow the fight with their eyes, and they just, oh, and their mouths open, and they're like, oh, and then they jump out of their seats, So that's what I try to do every time, man. It's about entertaining. That's when I go to the gym and I train. I got sparring tonight. I try to be entertaining. I try to be, thank God I know my sparring partners, because I make fun of them sometimes after I hit them with a good one or we're in the ring. I'll make a little joke while we're in there. So I got to do that in the fight.
Mike, I want you to know how difficult it is for me as I sit there, in the front row of your fights, to not ooh and ah, because, we're supposed to act professional. So I can't with the, oh my gosh, look at what's going on. And it's hard to do when you're in there performing what you do.
Yeah, well, tell that to the UFC crew, man. They be sitting there having a good old time watching the fights, and now they make all the videos where they're getting all excited when somebody wins the fight. Daniel Cormier, Joe Rogan grab it. Look what happened. So maybe we should all do that.
All right.
Enjoy and relax.
That'll be my plan in Dallas at the end of the year. I'm going to book my flight later tonight, and it should be no surprise to you that I will be there in attendance for your fight.
Absolutely, my brother.
All right.
Pleasure.
Mike, thanks for everything. I know we have your address. We're going to send you another care package from 8 Man Strong, along with a bunch of stuff from Bucked Up Energy Drink as well.
I appreciate it, man. I always appreciate getting the care packages from Knockout Radio, 8 Man Strong. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, and I always will. Take care. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, brother.
See you, man.
Take care. Mike Perry, the Platinum One, and what a good dude.
I like the maturity. I like this Mike Perry. You know, he came a long way. Started from the bottom, and now he's here.
Started at the Hilton in Nashville. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, and Bucked Up Energy Drink.